The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act comes up for renewal. Former Trump campaign foreign policy advisor Carter Page says that the FBI needs to focus on transparency. Page also saying that he sees many similarities between the Russia hoax, as he calls it, and the Ukraine whistleblower controversy. One America's John Hines has more on that from Washington.
The FBI Director Chris Wray has been before Congress, just before Congress. What would you have to say to him? What would you ask him, or what would you want to say to the FBI Director as he comes before Congress in this FISA renewal process?
Well, it goes back to what we've talked about in terms of transparency. I sent to FBI Director Wray close to a year ago a series of correspondence asking for some disclosure related to the criminal activities and the terrible damages which I have faced at the hands of corrupt actors, both within FBI and the DOJ, but also some of their political allies around the fringes of government in Washington. So far, there has not been much transparency. I'm hoping that some of the initial statements that are now coming out, and including his testimony, will start to remedy this problem. But it's going to be a wait-and-see process.
What is the involvement right now that we know about with regard to the CIA, and what more do you expect may be uncovered with regard to the CIA's engagement in this issue?
Well, as Chairman Lindsey Graham of the Senate Judiciary Committee said well before the report came out, a lot of the things that they have been uncovering are ugly and damning. And I think there have been some initial reports related to this. And
the CIA, you mean?
Yes, and also the interaction with the FBI. This is one of the big blockbuster revelations in the FISA Abuse Inspector General report of December 2019, is the fact that I was supporting our country as a U.S. intelligence source for the CIA, but that was completely misrepresented when agents within the FBI and the legal team within the FBI gave the court false information.
Do you think this whistleblower complaint against the president was a setup?
I'm always very cautious, particularly in a secretive context like this. There are a lot of similarities where all kinds of allegations based on secondhand or third-hand hearsay are thrown around.
This is the whistleblower complaint you're talking about, yeah?
Those are the allegations, and I have no direct knowledge, and I'm always very cautious, because I think what's been fortunate for both One America News and the Trump administration and myself is that we've been very meticulous in terms of following this story and digging into what actually happened, whereas some of the other networks and some of the other political actors, particularly within, amongst the Democrats in Congress, are throwing around all kinds of crazy allegations, which, basically completely destroys their accountability. So I think so far, I think we've mutually been been very cautious and diligent as to reporting and talking about this, and hopefully some reforms and some more disclosure comes out as to these open questions.
Did you look at that whistleblower complaint and think, wow, I've seen this movie before?
There are so many similarities, and I think a number of senior members of Congress and indeed within the administration have alluded to the fact that this Ukraine hoax is very much a repeat of the terrible Russia hoax, which did so much terrible damage to our country.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much hearsay. There was a report of a report, and then somehow it got somehow laundered and then made official, given an official imprimatur. It seemed like it's sort of like deja vu all over again. Did you feel that way?
Absolutely, and also the sad part about it is there are operatives within the United States government. President Trump and his inner circle have done so much to take major steps forward for our country. And when people are kind of working behind the scenes to really creates so much damage and so much distractions for the administration, and yet he's still able to achieve so much for our economy and for national security, et cetera. I think it's really a shame, and hopefully there will be some accountability for both the Russia hoax, but also for what happened more recently on the Ukraine front.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.